that, I mean, the final drive of this game, I mean, take us through that play, getting to the end zone. I mean, it's pouring down rain. Like, what is that feeling getting through and scoring that touchdown?
It's a great feeling. I was hurting before the play. I had twisted my ankle. I had spatted it up a little bit. I was like, it's a tough game. I can't quit now. We got to push through in order to be victorious.
Hey, I mean, there obviously came a point in this game where you were just kind of taking over. I mean, like, what is that feeling kind of like when you know, like, the offense is going through you and you're kind of in, like, ISO mode there a little bit?
Like I said, it's a good feeling. You can't really quit knowing that you getting the most receptions, most catches. It's like the game in your hands. You just got to complete your passes and make progress off of it.
Sorry to introduce. This is Kayshon. Glenn?
Hey, Kayshon, I'm sorry I couldn't really hear the first two questions, but just can you talk a little bit about your chemistry with Max? I mean, you guys really over the last 2 weeks have kind of seemed to really develop a pretty close on-field chemistry. Just talk about how maybe that's developed as the season has progressed.
We started in the summer outside of football, going to the field, throwing routes, catching passes, and throughout the season we progressed, got closer. When Max realized he was starting quarterback, we put in more work, like after practice, catching balls, catching jugs, running routes, and all I could say is the hard work paying off.
Hey, Kayshon, coming into the season, you were about to be wide receiver number 2. As the season went on and certain guys opted out, you ended up wide receiver number 1 like you are now. Did you think that you would come in and have this sort of game this early in your career?
I didn't think I'd have this game this year. I assumed I'd have it next year, but seeing that Jamal opted out, it made me step up. And then when Terrace opted out, the goal to myself was to be wide receiver 1. And throughout the past 3 weeks, I worked hard in order to be that.
Kayshon, has anyone told you that you set the SEC single game receiving record tonight? I mean, that was a record that a former LSU receiver had, who was an All-American, won the Biletnikoff Award, Josh Reed. And what does that mean to you in your young career?
I can say it's a good feeling knowing that I set an SEC record as young as I am, 18 years old, a freshman, true freshman, knowing I have 2 more years to progress.
Kayshon, my question was asked to you earlier, but just give me a thought on just what was it kind of the feeling on the sideline when you're down 48-40? You had really done well offensively to a certain point, but then it wasn't looking too good there.
Coming off the sideline onto the field, knowing we was down, knowing this drive mattered the most because we had to make a big play to keep the game close.
Hey, Kayshon, I mean, you're one of the young guys on this team who came through this. I mean, Johnson too. After this kind of game, these last 2 games that y'all have had, what can you say about y'all's group and the future you think is building within your team?
I can say, as in this year, we really worked a lot for it, and it's an eye-opener for next season, and it's something to look forward to.
Last question for Kabul.
Hey, Kayshon, I need you to say and spell your name so we get it right on TV. And then secondly, just your yards after catch. Just the yards after catch on those field conditions and playing in that kind of rain like that. How difficult that was?
Yards after catch, it wasn't that bad. The first thing, most importantly, you just got to secure the pass. Catch the ball, then make your moves after. That's the biggest part of it.
Thank you, Kayshon. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.